In this video, you are going to learn 4 ways that you can effectively get paid your worth. So listen in, if you are someone that is working in a job and would like to get paid what you are worth, or if you are running a business and are looking to get paid what you're worth, what you deserve, then this video is for you. Hello, my name is Vinitha Bonnie, and I am an expert in personal transformation and business transformation. Because as Danielle Leslie said, inner work makes the business work. And I am all about that. So this conversation is talking about those 2 areas. If you want to transform your career, or if you want to transform your business, or if you want to transform your life in how you are getting paid and what you are getting paid, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you 4 really clear ways, 4 tried and tested ways, 4 ways that I have tried myself that you can more effectively get paid your worth. So what's the first step? The first step is the title of this video and the description. You need to scrap that. Now, the reason why I have utilized that language, getting paid your worth, charging your worth, is because this is the language that people are currently using. And this is the language that people use when I work with them, when I coach with them one-on-one, when they're in my programs, or when they come up to me in an audience when I'm speaking at a conference or an event. And the question is like, how can I get paid my worth? Or the problem that is presented to me is I'm not getting paid what I'm worth. I'm not charging what I'm worth. I need to get paid what I'm worth. I need to get paid. I need to charge what I'm worth. And this is the dialogue and the conversations that are tripping people up. Because here's the truth. It's not about getting paid what you're worth. It's getting paid what you desire. And what comes before that, it's getting paid what your skills are currently valued at. There is a discrepancy there, right? Around the value and putting a monetary value around one's identity and putting a monetary value around a product or a service that you are delivering and all the skills that you have. So the reason why I need to separate these 2 things is, first of all, fundamentally getting paid what you're worth has like icky slavery undertones. And secondly, that is what is contributing towards, I believe, really poor mental health. Because every time someone doesn't pay what our worth is, every time we don't charge what our worth is, every time we are underpaid what we think we are worth or what we deserve, then that eats away and chips away at our self-esteem. What is much more healthier for us and what is more commercially smart is placing a monetary value on that product or that service and or your skills and what those skills are worth. We need to separate identity from putting a monetary value on skills and products, because that's essentially what that transaction is about. So if you're in a job, then what people are essentially paying for is they're not paying for you. They're paying for your skills. And if you're running a service-based business, again, they are not paying for you. They are paying for the solution that your skills are able to solve. They are paying for your ability to solve the problems they have, utilizing the skills, the knowledge, and expertise that you have, right? It's based on skills. And if you're running a product-based business, again, people are not paying for you. They are paying for the product and what that product is worth. So I think it's really important, and I'm just glancing down because I'm looking here at my notes because I do not want to miss anything. I think it's really, really important that we separate being paid and getting paid based on our worth, which is our identity, and based on the value that our skills are bringing into the workplace or into the business, into the marketplace as well. So when we charge what our skills are valued at, that can help us be more commercially smart, whether you're in a job or running a business, around what you now need to do in order to get paid what you desire. Again, it's not what your worth, not about putting a monetary compensation. Can I do a $sign here, please? A $sign. It's not about getting paid what you're worth, what your identity is worth. Again, icky, yucky, slavery undertones to that. It is about getting paid based on what your skills are at. And I think an important part of that is looking at what the skills are valued at in the marketplace. Whether you are looking for a job or you are looking to provide a solution to a B2B, to a business client or to a consumer client, or whether you're offering a product as well. So it's really, really important that we look at and we reframe this from a completely different angle. So therefore, if you desire to get paid, for example, currently you're getting paid $60 an hour to provide consulting services to this client, you can then be able to make a gauge and look at the marketplace and say, for this level of skills, what are other people getting paid? And you are able to look at, okay, well, if that level of skills is $60 an hour and I desire to earn $100 an hour, what do I need to do to take those skills to the next level so that they are valued at $100 per hour as well? So the first step that we need to do is separate this and look at this from a commercially smart and commercially nuanced, astute, I don't know what the right word is, but from a completely commercial angle as well. And commerciality means looking at the offering and how that offering is essentially solving a problem. And there's usually a monetary value around that. I think it's also really important, particularly for those that are of historically and socially marginalized identities and communities, that we need to separate this again. Again, icky slavery, oppressive, like undertones to this idea around getting paid what we are worth or even what we deserve, right? There is no limit on what you deserve. It's almost like saying to the world that I am worth $50,000 and like it's capped. Like, no, what you are worth is limitless and endless, okay? And it is it has oppressive and slavery-like undertones to that. So we need to separate our skill set from our value, because the only person that places that value on you is not monetary, okay? It's not monetary, is you. And there's no dollar amount on that as well. And it's also about looking at this from the early days, because in the early days, particularly if you're running a service-based business, in the early days, your skills are probably not going to be up to scratch. Your ability to understand a client's needs and problems, your ability to solve those problems with those currently skill sets are probably not going to be so great in the early days. And again, if it is great and you find that you are undercharging, you are going to know that because you're going to do your research and you're going to look at people with my experience. And again, experience and qualifications is what contributes to skill set. And again, just because you have experience and qualifications does not mean necessarily that your skill set is great. And we know the people who don't have that experience and qualifications may have profoundly more effective skill sets. Because again, it's not about the skill set alone. It's about that skill set and that skill set's ability to solve a problem or create value as well for a business or entity and or for an individual. So we need to really separate our identity from our skill sets and look at our skill sets almost like a separate entity. And so it's not about charging what you're worth. It's about charging what your skill sets are valued at. The second thing that you can do is to give before you ask. So the thing that I hear a lot about in working with leadership teams and that I know myself in running a service-based business is that oftentimes people need social credibility or social proof or some sort of credibility and social proof to know that you are able to deliver what you say that you are able to deliver. And again, it's about the skill set. It's not about you as an individual. We need to separate those two things. And there is a value based on that. And so that's why it's really important that we give to develop that social credibility and that proof before we go in for the ask as well. And again, it's not about getting paid what you deserve. It's not about getting paid what you are worth. It's getting paid what you want. It's getting paid what you desire, right? It's about you deciding what you want to get paid, because getting paid is limitless. So again, we live in a value-driven society, and people want to see you give, right? In order to articulate and be able to understand the value of that skill set. So this is what I'm also doing here now. I'm giving, and I'm giving. And I'm giving. And then one day, maybe in the future, I may do an ask as well. Maybe I might do it at the end of this video, like, I don't freaking know, right? But what we can do to increase the amount of which we receive money in return for our skill set is to give, and to give unattached, to give fully, to give generously to the world, and then go in for the ask as well. Because when you give, what you're also doing is giving people an opportunity to experience the value to be gained from your skill set. And there is no monetary number put on that. When they experience that, you'll find they're in a position to pay what you desire and what you want. Now, the third thing is to always be in delivery. So even if you are in a job, and this is a piece of advice that was given to me by either Peter Cook or Matt Church, I'm not too sure. But the advice was to always be in delivery. So even if you are in a job, are you speaking at conferences? Are you writing articles and posting that on LinkedIn? If you are a social media expert, are you showing up with your own social media on an account on TikTok and Instagram and experimenting with different things? You need to always be delivering, even when you are out of a job, even when you have 0 clients. The advice given to me by those 2 white guys is that the delivery needs to be fee or free. So if you're not getting paid to do that work, then you need to be doing that work free. And it took me a while to understand that, because I'm just like 2 privileged, like middle-aged, balding white men telling me what to do. And then I realized that it's not about doing things for free, and it's not about the expectation that me as a brown person, as a woman of color, to be constantly be giving to the world for free. This is actually about the energy that is generated into the world. Because what is happening is, as I'm showing up to the world and speaking at conferences and showing up and doing that for free, what the message that I am sending to the universe, the message I'm putting into the environment, is that I am ready to work. The message I'm putting out there is I want to work, and those job opportunities going to flow my way back in the day when I was looking for a job. And the message is putting out there for me right now, having a service-based business, is I want clients. I am ready to work with more clients. I want work, and I want to do more work. And I am unafraid, and I am unfearful, and I am confident, and I'm able to take on work, and I'm ready for it, and I'm ready for all of it. And so staying in delivery is absolutely important. And it's not about doing things for free. Okay, so please take the ego and take it off the pedestal and put it over to the side, because it's not going to serve you. This is about the energy that we're putting out there, what we're showing to the world. And ain't no one going to help you, okay? If you're just going to sit there and just think, I want more work, I want a job, or I want more job. Like, how are we making ourselves easier to buy? We need to be doing that by making ourselves easier to find first, right? And again, it's not about identity. What I mean by being easier, you being easier to buy. Again, it's not about identity. It's not about you and who you are. It's about your skill set. It's about making your skill set. And yes, your skill sets are an extension of who you are, and we can separate our skill sets from our identity in order to have a healthy relationship, first of all, with the freaking world. Second of all, to have mental health and well-being, because we're going to go through dips and flows in the money that we receive, whether it's in a job or in our business. And we need to be really unattached to that, because I know that when I find out that I am undercharging, straight away, the story that I go into, which is like totally untrue, which is like, people don't value me and people don't care about me. People don't see my worth, my value. And then I start going to this spiral and blah, blah, blah. And then before you know it, I'm in a hole and can't get myself out, right? And that is not helpful. And that is not me positioning myself in a space where I am serving the world as well. And so we need to always be in delivery, and that delivery, if it's not fee-based, if we're not getting paid, then we need to do that free as well. It's about the energy that we're putting out there into the world, and showing up to 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 the world, and saying, we are ready for it. We are here for it. We are here for all of it. And as we put that energy to the world and stay in delivery, what will happen is that energy will come to you. So this is exactly what happened to me. So I was unemployed for 3.5 years and I found it really difficult. And what I didn't realize is that after you become a CEO of an organization, the only job that you can get is be a CEO of an organization or work on a board. And I didn't want to do either one of those things. So I was applying for a whole heap of jobs and not getting any of those jobs because they were like, why the hell would you want to do a lesser position when you were the last job that you did, when you were a CEO of an organization, of a business, like I had a team and everything. And I was CEO of like 2 companies, both my own and someone else's as well. And so what I ended up doing after being 3.5 years completely broke with no income, no savings, no nothing, no zero, everything. I don't know how I financially survived, but I did. Is I just started showing up on YouTube. Now, those videos are not up on YouTube anymore, as far as I know. But what I did is I did like 20 or 30 videos and I just took what I knew, my skill sets, and I shared that generously with the world. And my full-time job was filming those videos, editing those videos, scripting those videos, and putting them out there into the world. And I would show up in my cousin's studio and he was so kind to like do that for me for free and help me like record and do the audio, of which is like hell of a lot better than this. I mean, I'm not even utilizing ring lights because we're in the beautiful sunny Gold Coast and like the sun is setting. So like whatever, and the screen is like glaring light at me. So like, yeah, whatever. And again, like I'm not looking at perfectionism. I'm just looking at doing the thing and being of service to the world. And that's what I learned from that. But back then, you know, I was more concerned about the video quality and the audio quality. And yeah. So anyway, so I was in my cousin's studio recording all these videos, and I would drive an hour and a half to his studio, record there. He would send me the files, and then I would go home and then again drive for an hour and a half, which consumed a lot of petrol, which I could not afford. And I would then upload these videos. What actually ended up happening was that I then eventually got a phone call from a recruiter. And what I was also doing was I stopped applying for jobs on the internet and I started like calling up recruiters and just like pitching myself and like really pitching myself really hard to get inside the door. And so then I had this one recruiter that called me up with the opportunity, and that broke that massive dry spell that I had of 3.5 years with like no work at all. And I really believe and attribute it towards the fact that I was proactively calling up recruiters and pitching myself and not applying for jobs. And importantly, that I was showing up and delivering, right? I was sharing my expertise with the world. Now, the recruiter didn't see any of those videos and it had nothing to do with any of those videos, but it was about me showing to the world like, hey, I'm ready to work. I want to work and I value my skills. And I know my skills are valuable. And I know that my skills will help and benefit people. So I'm going to share it generously with the world. And I really believe this idea around always being delivery, fee-based. If you're not getting paid for it, then do it free. Works. It works. It works. It works. And then the 4th step, which I'm reading my notes here, is to play the 10-year game. So a lot of the times we give in too easy and we get very frustrated. I mean, I believe this really all happened with the Industrial Revolution or whatever it's called, basically industrialization. And then the microwave came along and then TVs. And then before you know, like everything's so quick, right? We live in an Insta life. Everything's Insta, like instant, not Instagram, instant. And we have a great deal of impatience. And what I know to be true is that things happen and things happen with consistently and you showing up consistently. So the 4th way to get paid, again, not what you deserve, not what you are worth, and not what you are valued at, what you desire and what you want, is being committed to playing the 10-year game. So if you're in a job or seeking to be a CEO of a company or looking to start your own business and earn $1 million in revenue, then I challenge you to play the 10-year game. And if you commit to the long term, again, I believe this is about energy, not about the action, but if you commit to the 10-year game, then I'm pretty positive you're going to start to see immediate results. That money's going to start flowing and flowing through, because it's about the commitment and the energy of the commitment that's bringing in those dollars again. So I hope that helps and serves you. Take what does and chuck out the rest. And thank you, friends, so much for listening. Hit the subscribe button for more videos and the notification bell to be notified when the next video is released. And I'd love to hear what you have to say. And please share this generously to someone else that you think really needs to hear this as well. My name is Vinitha Bonney. I am a lover of all things personal transformation, business transformation, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you next. Take care.